Somebody gives you a seed of hurt and they drop it into the soil, let's say, of your heart. There's a couple of things you can do. A lot of times what we do is we just sort of push it down in there, don't we? And we don't deal with it. And before we know it, we're not even aware of it, but we're starting to water it. And then when it really gets out of hand, we take a little Miracle-Gro and we put on it. And the next thing you know, it grows into this unsightly weed, and it becomes a visible part of our character. And if it's left alone, it can grow into something like this thorny bush here that not only affects you, but if somebody else bumps into you, it can end up pricking them or cutting them. But here's the thing we got to pay attention to. Notice that these are visible, perhaps a prop, but a visible sign of bitterness. And what do we do sometimes? We identify what we see, but we don't pay attention to what we don't see, because, see, in the soil, the plant is actually growing underground as well, right? So anytime you ever been out in your yard and you see a weed, an unsightly weed growing, and you decide, well, I want to get rid of that. And so if you just take and just start cutting it and just cut all the parts that are visible and kind of get rid of them, what happens? A week later you come back and it's grown back, right? In order to really deal with the issue, you have to actually get down and get your hands dirty and pull it up by the roots. Because you see, what we don't see is the dangerous part.